The estate groundskeeper held the axe out to her. "Lady Marlowe, would you like to do the honours?" Evelyn Godstone stared at the axe in surprise. For a little over a year she had been getting accustomed to life as a duchess at Marlowe Estate, but nothing had prepared her for wielding a large axe. "Well, Her voice trailed off into a puff of vapour as she exhaled. Fresh as the winter air was in the forest surrounding the estate's grounds, she suddenly felt very out of breath. Anxiety was making her chest go tight. It likely didn't help that an army of estate servants was staring at her expectantly. She cleared her throat softly and took the heavy axe from the groundskeeper. "Yes, Mr. Riley, I would be glad to." "Just lift the axe over your shoulder like so, my lady, and then give it a good heave into the tree trunk." The groundskeeper started swinging his arms in demonstration. Mr. Riley made it look so easy, but as Evie gazed skywards, taking in the enormous fir tree in front of her, she was starting to suspect that it was much tougher than it looked. They were standing in the section of the forest that was reserved for Christmas trees, and, with the help of the estate servants, Evie had managed to choose the perfect tree for the front hall of the main house. The only problem was that tradition demanded that either the Duke or the Duchess make the first cut into the tree trunk. If her husband wasn't so busy overseeing important business in town, Evie would have stood aside to let him do the honours. Alistair was a strong, muscular man who had always been good with his hands. The total opposite of her, a baron's daughter who had never had to lift so much as a finger to get what she wanted in all her 28 years. Evie had only just mastered how to work a stove in the past few months. She stepped closer to the tree, nervous about embarrassing herself in front of so many servants. Though the estate staff had always shown her kindness and respect, Evie could still sense that they expected a great deal from her. Before she had married Alistair last year, there hadn't been a duchess at Marlowe Estate for years. As the new lady of the house, nobles and servants alike now watched her every move. If she stumbled, word of it would spread like wildfire. High society could be vicious and ruthless when it came to even the smallest misstep. Getting something as simple as a Christmas tree cutting wrong could turn her and her family into the targets of endless gossip. And that was if high society decided to be kind. If there was enough boredom during the Christmas season, a single mistake could end up being a rumour that spun out of control and affected everything from the family social standing to business relationships. Ordinarily, Evie would have stopped caring about the aristocracy's vicious ways a long time ago. But now that she and Alistair had a daughter, Evie only wanted the best for Grace, which meant striking the first blow into the fir tree without making an embarrassing error in the process. Taking a deep, fortifying breath, Evie lifted the axe over her shoulder. Somehow the axe felt even heavier now that she was trying to wield it with all her strength. Tightening her grip on the handle, she swung forcefully, and the axe blade sank into the tree trunk with a thunk.